I don't know. I don't know how to talk to people. Like it's a real thing. I have friends now, but the damage is done. When I was a kid, I'd just sit in my room and read encyclopedias, which is not a kid you want to talk to, you know? It was like, how's it going, sport? You want to know how many miles the Earth is from the sun? Oh, gosh. Get that away. You know what I mean? But now I'm used to being alone, so I'll just sit, I'll think about a thing, I'll sit and just be alone and thinking about the thing. But then when I talk to someone, they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. I was thinking about this all day. Like, I ran through all the channels, all right? I'm not crazy, you're crazy, okay? I can't be crazy. You need to check, you're just finding out. I've been here, all right? The other one that I really hate, that really kills me, it really upsets me, is don't judge a book by its cover. I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're getting at. You know what I mean? Don't judge just on appearances. There's more than what meets the eye. I get it, right? But that's a bad analogy. When was the last time a book had the wrong cover? Like, help me out. When have you been going to the bookstore to get a present for your niece, and you're like, I'll get Winnie the Pooh. She like Winnie the Pooh. And then you grab Winnie the Pooh. You just look at the cover. You don't read it. And so you grab Winnie the Pooh, and then you wrap it up, and then you give it to her, and then she unwraps it. And she's like, oh, Winnie the Pooh, I'm so excited. And then she turns the page past the cover, and it's Mein Kampf. That's never happened. No one's going to a bookstore just putting different books on different covers. That's insane. Sometimes I'll be in New York on the subway. I'll be like, he's about to be crazy. I don't know what he's about to do, but he's about to be crazy. I can tell you that right now. I'm just looking at him. He's about to be crazy. You know what I mean? And the train will come and it will leave. And he won't get on or leave the station. He just pulls his pants down. I'm like, see? That book was wearing its cover.
I don't even fully understand what happened when it comes to Spirit's downfall. I knew they filed for bankruptcy. In the first bankruptcy, I understood. When they first filed for bankruptcy, I was like, yeah. Of course. The second time they filed for bankruptcy, I was like, y'all never got out of the first bankruptcy. I guess I don't understand how business works at all, because I thought that if you filed for bankruptcy, you were bankrupt. I didn't know you could go back to court and be like, oh no, we broke, bro. We need a whole second bankruptcy to go on top of this bankruptcy. Like, even when you play Monopoly, you're just out of the game. You don't have to now work for the game and file another bankruptcy and put down another mortgage on Park Place. Like, that's a wild thing. They were bankrupt, and they were bankrupt, because I don't know what the chapters are. The chapters also feel fake to me. I know I don't understand business. I don't know what chapter 7, chapter 11, but like the fact that in the book of bankruptcy, there are different chapters that mean different things. I'm like, nah. No, because I personally, and I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but personally, I think that anything that works on like a micro level kind of works that same way on a macro level, unless you are using specific jargon to try to confuse me. Do you know what I mean? Like if something doesn't work between us as individuals, then it doesn't really make sense for it to work when it's a big company. Not really. If I lend you money, and then you spend my money, and then you're out of money, and then you tell me you're out of money, then you're out of money. Seems pretty straightforward. I don't really think you're not out of money because you go get a loan from somebody and you still haven't paid me back. Like that doesn't make sense to me. But once again, I understand business. Maybe this is all business. But they filed one chapter of bankruptcy, and then they filed for the sequel. And then they were asking for a bailout from the government. Like now, like that's why they're closed. They wanted a bailout from the government now to tune of like, I think $500 million, which if you need $500 million and no one is trying to kill you, you're bad at business. This one thing, if somebody like trapped you in an alley and put a gun to your head, they were like, give me $500 million, I'll kill you. And then you were like, okay, just give me some time to get the money. It's like, you got 1 week. Now, okay, you need $500 million, but for a very good reason. But if you run a business and you are negative $500 million. I understand the margins are thin. I get that. I get that the margins on airlines are razor thin. But if you see 500 million on a piece of paper and all the letters and numbers are red, you might be worse at business than me. Like, I at least don't understand business. You supposedly do business. I've only ever been negative $24. I'm not saying I'm better at business than the people who are running Spirit, but I'm just saying on paper, I look fantastic. I used to love those like viral videos of things that were happening on Spirit Airlines. Like, I don't know if y'all remember the possum. All right, I guess a bunch of y'all haven't seen this. Okay, so in the way that a lot of houses that are haunted usually have a bunch of activity in the basement or the attic, there's something about where they would put Spirit in an airport. Let's just say Spirit never had prime real estate in the airport. You would actually get scanned through TSA and then go have to find the Spirit terminal and be like, it's in here, right? Like, be tucked away a little bit. And there was this one time, I don't even remember which airport it was, but there was the Spirit Gates corner of the airport. And everybody heard this rumbling, so people waiting to get on their flight and everything, and Spirit is telling them that their flight is late because it is always going to be late. And then from the ceiling, people were hearing. It's one thing to hear noises in a wall. A wall's already terrifying. You could be squirrels, could be a bird in there, nobody knows. The ceiling, if I hear noises above me, I have to leave. And then, out of nowhere, a couple tiles fall from the roof, and a possum falls out of the ceiling, holding on to one cord, trying to gain some leverage back. It's holding on like this. And in the end, because here's the thing, whenever there's a wild animal doing something where they're not supposed to, right? I experience this with rats in New York all the time. When you see rats on the tracks, and there's a distance, there's like a barrier there where you can just watch them and it's not that big of a deal. When you see the possum hanging from what probably are some pretty important wires. I'm no electrician, but anytime I'm in a building and I see wires, I'm like, I bet they're supposed to be there. I bet you these wires do something. I don't think they just lay down extra for decoration inside the insulation. And so this possum is hanging on. He couldn't get the other leg up, so he's hanging like this. And people are recording and just watching, completely fascinated. Until finally, the possum can't hold on anymore, and he drops to the ground. As soon as he drops to the ground, pandemonium. It's like, as soon as he drops to the ground, chaos. As soon as the thing drops to the ground, first of all, it hit way harder than I thought. Possums must be much heavier than I thought they were. Even the possums I've encountered, I've been like, all right, it's nimble, so I always assume nimble is light. But this thing, it just slammed. I was surprised it didn't knock itself out because it slammed the ground. Everybody heard the thud, and then even the gate agents hopped the desk. They were like, ah! Imagine you late now. Flight taking off late. And people are calling, because they'll call the other airport. You know, people get in trouble when the flight's late for no reason. They call them, why is your flight late? Why haven't you departed yet? And now you got to explain that there's a possum wreaking havoc at gate 47. We don't know where he is right now, all right? He could be anywhere. He could be behind us right now.